I am statistically the most successful gambler in the world because I have a win rate of over 90%. What's my secret? It's a strategy that I call creative bets. Michael Jordan, Dana White, Nikola Tesla, me. These legends all had one thing in common: their gambling prowess. Now, to be honest, I enjoy gambling as much as the next guy, and I know there's been a lot of discourse on the internet about a gambling epidemic, but I feel like if you're a grown adult, you gotta be responsible for your money. That's just my take. And I'm 21 years old, so I know a ton of dudes my age that are addicted to gambling, whether they'll admit it or not, especially sports betting. Now, sports betting is interesting to me because every time I think about making a bet, I predict wrong. Like, I was for sure thinking Ilya Topturo was gonna beat Justin Gaethje. He got clapped. I was 100% thinking the Spurs were gonna take the finals. They lose. I was like, France is 100% gonna win the World Cup, especially after the round of 16. I was like, Mbappe's on fire. They're for sure gonna win. They don't even make the finals. And then during the NBA offseason, after Giannis went to the Heat, I was like, okay, there's no way Jaylen Brown leaves the Celtics. So I was seriously thinking about making like a $500 bet or something ludicrous that Jaylen Brown stays with the Celtics. He ends up jumping ship. Bro, it's even crazier seeing a dude blow up because his 8-leg parlay that would have netted him like $20,000 sells. It's always the last one too. It's always like Austin Reeves over 18 points and he gets 16. Like, bro, if you play the parlay game, you're different. Honestly, anyone who's selling you a foolproof strategy for sports betting, either one, has insider information, like they're best friends with Terry Rozier, or two, is fucking scamming you. So when it comes to betting, I'm kind of unorthodox, hence the name Creative Bets. This all started like 2 years ago. I was over at a friend's house at a family gathering. We were just chilling, playing UFC on his Xbox, and honestly, I was clapping him every single time. Like, it wasn't even close. So I asked him like, yo bro, you want to make it a little interesting? Let's put some action on this. He's like, oh, bet. What are you thinking? So I was like, all right, bet. Loser of this next match has to do 20 push-ups. And he's like, all right, bet, cool. So the next match, I think I was John Jones and he was Cyril Gain. And I get the knockout, obviously. So he's down 20 push-ups to me and he's setting up about to do his push-ups. And like, all right, bro, how about this? How about we make it a little more interesting? Let's go double or nothing on the next match. And at this point, he's like, all right, I got nothing to lose other than 20 push-ups. Might as well. So the next match, I win again. So he's down 40 push-ups now. And he was like, dang, bro. So at this point, I'm putting on my Russian mafia boss hat and I go full loan shark on him. I was like, okay, how about for this next game, we go double or nothing for me. So if you lose, you owe me 80 push-ups. But if you win, you owe me 0. And he's like, okay, bet, that's a good deal for me. Next match, I win. So now he's down 80. So now he's in a deficit that like he really can't get out of, and 80 push-ups is kind of ludicrous to owe someone. So his only choice at this point is to go double or nothing again. And he loses again. So now he owes me 160 push-ups. And as you can probably guess, this cycle goes on. And within 30 minutes, he owes me over 1,000 push-ups. Obviously, he can't do 1,000 push-ups in one sitting. So the deal was I can call him randomly at any time and say, yo, bro, send me a video of you doing like 20 push-ups. And until he pays off his debt, he owes me push-ups whenever I ask for them. And after that evening, the idea of Creative Bets was born. In my neighborhood, we would run basketball like every day at my friend's hoop. And we've been doing this for years. So like earlier this summer, we were hooping and it kind of got stale. Like we've been running twos like for years at this point, and we didn't really have the competitive drive that we once had, especially me. So the best way I could think of to make things interesting at this point was creative bets. So I was like, all right, how about we put a little action on this? Loser of the 2v2 owes push-ups to the winners. Now, the thing about creative bets that I've noticed is that the punishment is not solely the agreed upon terms. For example, if you're playing 2v2 basketball and you're actually betting anything, whether it be push-ups, whether it be a video recording of them saying that you're better than them, the thing is, when you put any sort of action on a game, or even if you say, yo, do you want to bet on this next game? It puts like any dude in his ego. So they try that much harder just to win the bet. Not even for the punishment or reward. It's just to say they won the bet. And anytime we actually put a bet on the line of the basketball game, we tried way harder. I mean, especially me. And I think the real reason that I try harder is because I have such a good track record with my bets, because I'm smart about when I place my bets, that I don't want to screw up my win percentage. Even in my own head, I want to say that I have a 90+ win percentage with all of the bets that I place. And dude, whenever I lose a bet that I'm confident in, I get really mad. Like, the earliest bet I ever remember making was when I was like 5 years old. Me and my brother were just sitting in the car while our mom was running errands, and we passed by Home Depot, and I remember I called it Home Depot, and he was like, bro, it's Home Depot, idiot. And I was like, no, it's not, it's Home Depot. And I was so certain that Home Depot was pronounced Home Depot that I was like, dude, I will bet you $1 million from the future that it's pronounced Home Depot. And he was like, all right, bro, I'll bet you on that. So yeah, hopefully this YouTube thing works out, because I technically still owe my brother $1 million. I think putting action on any competitive event, no matter how small the amount, makes it more interesting. Now, obviously it shouldn't always be money, and I would even recommend that you don't bet money when you're doing creative bets, because that can kind of ruin the vibe. I mean, push-ups, TikTok dance, food challenge. There's so many ideas for creative bets. In fact, give me your most creative bet punishments / rewards in the comments. I'm actually really interested to see what you guys do when you're in a creative bet situation. The funniest creative bet situation I've been in was when I was playing Wii Sports Boxing at a friend's house. He was throwing a low-key get-together there, and we were playing Wii Sports chilling. And anyone who's played Wii Sports knows the drill. You play the most fun sports first, and then once you get bored of those, you try out the other ones. So we had exhausted bowling and tennis, and eventually we got to boxing. And you probably know this, Wii Sports Boxing is the most broken clusterfuck of a game. Eventually, especially when you're down to your last triangle, the game always devolves into just spamming your fists forward, trying to hit the other guy. It's pretty good cardio, but I mean, it is kind of a stupid game. So as it does, it was getting intense and heated, and I had the genius idea of a creative bet after the first 2 matches. Loser of the next game has to walk down to the corner store, which was 5 minutes away, and buy band-aids to seal their fragile ego. And that creative bet was a mistake for 2 reasons. One, because it made the most intense Wii Sports game even more intense. Like, we probably woke up the entire apartment building. And the second reason is because I lost. That was like genuinely the walk of shame, walking all the way down to the corner store, buying band-aids. The dude working there behind the counter looking at me up and down to see if I had some sort of injury, and I'm like, nah, dude, I lost at Wii Sports Boxing. We're doing daily uploads for the rest of the week, so fucking stay tuned for that. It's gonna be banger after banger. Also, please follow me on Instagram at RowdyLOL, and I'll see you tomorrow.